Love our theme music, girl. I love our theme music.
I can't
Bam.
tell. I cannot tell.
Mm, yes.
Camera started falling again.
Mm, you got
Hey
it. You got
y'all.
it.
Yeah, it's
What's
going
up?
on
What's
today.
up?
Um. Okay, you got some feedback, King,
Uh
on
oh,
your.
really?
Hmm.
Feedback.
You
What
have
were we
anything
getting?
turned on. Anything turned
Hmm?
on. We got feedback.
Okay, let me see what's
So
going on.
it's an echo. But while we're doing that, welcome back to another exciting and amazing edition, fun filled, all that good stuff with their POV with Nikki King.
Yes.
We are your host, Nikki Johnson.
And I am the King, King Harrington. Even though you can't see me, y'all can hear the voice.
We can
I
see
noticed. I
you.
noticed.
We can
Oh,
see
y'all
you.
can see me too. Oh, die.
Hmm.
Okay, well,
We're not
dang.
gonna start
I
with
don't
that
know. I
fun
can't see
today.
me.
I can
I
see
can't
you.
see me. Ain't
How
that
about you
something?
do this? You get
Well,
out and you come back in.
okay, I'll do that. See
All
you in a
right.
minute.
All righty. What's up? Hello, William. What's up, fam? How are you today? What's going on, Miss Kayla? And hey, Coley Cole, how y'all doing today? So King was schooling me on what's going on Power. I don't know, 25. I have no idea which one it is. I don't watch Power, and he been on me for forever to watch it. Have no interest in watching it, but King wants me to do so. So he was schooling me. I got to put that commenter in timeout. You being blocked, you being nasty. But nonetheless, we're gonna have such a great show today. And if y'all are able to still hear me, please let me know. Thank you for sharing, Kayla. Just saw your notification. If you all have not shared, please do so. Y'all, we got some topics for y'all today. The king and the queen. God bless it Sunday evening. Love you all. God is love. Yes, he is. Thank you so much, Robert. So King will be back in a second. There was some echoing and feedback on his end. You have see, William, what we need to do. You and sis do y'all binge watching. I'll do mine. We'll come together on it. But to be honest, I don't have a desire to. I tried. When King first was telling me, Nick, you need to watch it. I tried. If it don't catch me, because I'm busy, I got things to do. I be done fell asleep on it or something. I'm telling them how you were schooling me on Power.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
William Pleasant said he hasn't watched it either.
What? Wait
However,
a
we were
minute.
talking about Bel Air. Have you guys seen Bel Air yet? King has. I
Yes.
have not. I plan on it, but I don't know. I don't
Good
know.
show. Y'all enjoy it. Y'all will enjoy
Uh-huh. You told me that about another. I ain't gonna go there, but it wasn't. So
it.
anyway, oh, we got some not fans in here. You're not a fan of. Oh, excuse me,
Be-
Power or Bel Air?
Knowing Nicole is probably Bel Air. I guarantee it's
From
probably
what
Bel
you were
Air.
telling me, I'm not sure if I will
It's
be, but I will say this: I'm proud of them for doing. I don't know if it's a reboot by the way you're telling me, but for doing whatever
mm,
they're doing, I love to see
right.
what we're doing stuff. She's not a fan of Power. Okay, we'll see.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well. Mm.
I don't watch either show. What? It's a lot
Oh
of
my.
us, King, that's just hurting your heart today because
I
we
mean,
want
really, y'all. I mean, I'm hitting it. It's getting in the
it's
throat. I'm
up,
like,
it's
really?
up in
It's
the
up in here, up
it's
in
up in the
there.
front of your throat. All right. So we have some really great topics for you guys today. But before we do, King, we have not done this in a hot minute. Let's
Sure
do our
haven't.
shout outs. Go ahead.
Okay, y'all. Y'all know who I shouts out every week when we do shout out. My beautiful wife, Shakita Harrington. You know what I'm saying? Love you, baby. She's going through a rough patch with her schooling, y'all, but just pray for her. You know what I'm saying? Just got over her midterm, so average is still good. So yeah, she's trying to get that master's. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, proud of you, baby.
Patty McQueen with some education. Come on,
Got
girl.
to, got to, got
Praying
to.
for you, Chiquita. Praying for you, sis, because I know being in school is not necessarily easy, but it's worth it. And
Hmm.
everything that you have to go through to get to it, what you got to go through to get to it, is gonna be worth it. So you got some people that are praying for her. Okay, I gotta block that one too. Why all the freaks want to come out on a Sunday night? They're supposed to come out at night, not on Sunday night.
For sure.
We block this one too.
Exactly.
And let me block this one too. Good land.
Nobody want to mess with
Lord,
us.
I
Why do you
was
want to
not
mess with
trying to
us?
put their comment up. I was not. Sorry. All right. Hello to Loretta. Hey, fam.
What's going on, fam?
And you are alone, King, in your quest for power and all of that.
I see, man. I understand. I see. I love it, though.
You're not alone. Okay. Listen, before we started with our show, we want to take a moment and first of all, we want to pray for Tracy Braxton's family, all the loved ones and friends that she left behind. Tracy Braxton, who is one of the members of the famous, whatever you want to call them, Braxton family. Many of us got to know her through the Braxton family values or her music or her being on any of the other reality shows. But outside of all of that stuff, she was a mother and she was a sister. She was a daughter. And she was a grandmother and she was a mother-in-law. So all these people are left behind to mourn and grieve. She passed away yesterday at the age of 50. The cause was cancer. Well, the autopsy did not say that. They are reporting that the cause was cancer. So we want to pray for all of those who love Tracy. Please keep them lifted up in prayer. Now, with that being said, we wanted to honor the Queen and give that shout out. We're going to go ahead with our first topic, King. Oh, and let me say this. These topics were picked by King today.
But Nick, you didn't give your shout out, sweetie.
Oh, I did not? Oh,
no. Come on with it, you know.
Please let me get my shout out. So this shout out goes to my future husband, whoever you are, wherever you are. I cannot wait to meet you. I know you are somewhere.
I'm sorry.
Preparing for me, and I'm doing the same thing for you. Hey, boo, hey, you have an amazing wife waiting on you, buddy. All righty, you know what?
I'm just giving the prep, Nick. I'm helping the brothers. I'm helping the brothers understand
our level.
What they getting.
On to subject number 1. King, why don't you go ahead and tell them what the subject is?
Y'all, this is something. If your spouse or fiance had to do 25 years, a quarter of a century, in prison, the big house, would you wait for? Hey, would you wait for them?
Dramatic.
Would you faithfully wait for them? Not just wait for them, but faithfully. We all know what faithfully means.
Yeah, I threw that word faithfully in there because somebody was like, yeah, I can wait.
We talking about the chink chink. Nick, let's hear it from you first. You know what I'm saying? Let's hear it from you first. I'll give mine after you give yours.
You voted for me to say something first? What?
Hey, you know.
All right. If they were given 25 years, could I wait? So if I'm going to be honest, see, what's going to happen is, if I'm going to be honest, it's going to depend on what they're going to prison for. You going to prison over some bull snap? No. You going to prison because you killed someone. Let me add this disclaimer. If it was self-defense, if you were trying to protect me or our family, you know, that's a little bit different. But you did it because somebody stepped on your shoes or you just got mad, you got cut off at the light. I'm not doing that. If you were messing with a child, like there are certain things, no, I'm not. I will be praying for sure. I will be praying for you. But no, I'm not going to do that. And we're talking my husband, my fiance. I think it's going to depend on where we are in the relationship. Again, what is this for? If it's like some mistaken identity type of stuff, like you're being blamed for something, and I know for a fact you were with me, like it's not a fake alibi, it's for real, but you still got to go fight this thing. You know, that's different. But yeah, it's going to really depend on what it is and where we are about that 25 years. Especially we have not gotten married yet. That's going, yeah. And then I want to say, if while you locked up, it be some women that come around talking about they pregnant, or they have your love child, or you writing and seeing them and stuff, and they coming up there on visit, or who you about to get left? You about to get all the way left. So that's my answer. That's my answer. What about you, King?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you straight up and down on the rails. The fiance, you might as well hang it up. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what happened. Self defense. It
Dang,
wasn't your
King.
fault. I ain't doing no 25. I'm sorry.
You
I
said
ain't
you
doing the
don't
two
care if
five.
it wasn't her fault. You still not gonna do the five.
If
You
it wasn't
gonna
her
do
fault, I'm
five.
so sorry. I'm so sorry that they gave you 25 years. I'll write a couple of letters here and there, keep your spirits up, encourage you. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna be the pen pal.
I mean, yo, because we already know. And then you said the faithful part. We already know that's not gonna stay on there. I ain't waiting no 25 years for the nook and not get them either. Come on, let's be real. I'm just gonna be straight. I'm not waiting 25 years. You my fiance at that. Let's go ahead and cut it up at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? We only got about maybe a couple of years
Yo,
in. So,
right.
hey. But hey, if you need a couple of dollars on your books every now and again, I still look out for you, but I'm gonna go on with the life. The marriage, if we marry, oh, and like you said, I understand what you're saying about, self defense and you were defending, or it was just not your fault or whatever. Mm, the 25 years, that's quite a bit of time, sweetie. I love you. I mean, and then too, like you said, if we've been married 20 years, I guess by that time I done had enough, so I'm good. I can probably wait 20 years. But if we ain't got about 2 or 3 years in,
I
I
guess
still,
I got me 20 years worth of some, and I'm
I
good.
mean, 2 or 3 years later, I mean, can we talk about the faithful part? Because I'm like, let's be real. I'm 25 years. You ain't doing that. I don't know what you're doing in there. But I'm saying 25 years out here without none, and we only got 2 years in. That ain't enough time for me to rally up the points and be like, you know what, we can do this. So,
Sally's.
so, so
Hold
let's
on,
just go
because I
ahead
got
and.
a question for you. I want you to,
Okay,
I got to hear the comments.
okay.
What if you could get conjugal visits? Don't answer yet. Don't answer yet. Would that change your mind if you could get a conjugal? Brother said, tally up the points. I cannot. Kayla says, depends on what they got locked up for. William says, I agree. It depends on what you did. Right. So King said, if it's been 10, 15, 20 years, you can tally up some intimacy
Yeah,
set points. But what if you could get conjugal and you know that they are innocent? It's not nothing crazy. What if you could get
right.
conjugal? Would you stay faithful to them outside?
That would make a difference. That would definitely make that difference. Because
But you can say
conjugal,
yes.
I would definitely, yes, I would definitely consider that. If we was getting conjugal, so, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mhm.
Now,
Okay.
they can't be no 6 month conjugals, like 6 months, every 6 months type stuff. We got to do a little bit more than 6 months. You wait 6 months and then 6 months again. Come on. I mean, like I said again, you only got 2 years in. Like I said, if I got 20 years in under our belt, hey, 6 months I can wait, no problem. They make all the different stuff for men just like they do women, so I can hold out till 6 months. But if we got two, if we ain't got but two, like you said, the tally of the points. Mm,
What do y'all
I'm
think
just gonna
about
be.
King tally system? What do y'all think about it depends on how much time y'all have gotten to get it in?
Come on, you got to.
No,
That's
I'm saying
25
I
years.
want to know what they think in the audience.
For real, I'm just
I
saying.
want to know. And William is like jail sex. Yeah, man, they have some conjugals. Yeah, and see,
Mhm.
in some places, your conjugal can be in like this little cabin. Everything is still on the penitentiary property,
Grounds. Yep.
but you have like these little. They almost look like those. What do they used to call them at school when they would have those portables? Those portable buildings where you would go have class outside. In those, sometimes they have them that look like that. It almost looks like a little mini home, and they allow husbands and wives to do conjugals. I make too much noise. Well, you're keeping it real with yourself. You see, to each their own. So that's to you, King. She's like on your point system. I didn't think about the point system at all. That is hilarious to me. But I understand the concept behind it. If you've been together for an extended period of time, then you've been together enough to be like, okay, I'm gonna wait on my baby on my 6 months. But if it's something fresh, you're not gonna promise your faithfulness. Okay, all right. Let's see. I think that's a laugh. Oh, that's him being funny. Okay. I apologize. What's the question? So the question, Coley Cole, it's okay, baby. She said I stepped away. The question is if your spouse or your fiance was given 25 years in prison, would you wait for them? And would you be faithful while they were away for their 25 years? So some of the answers have been, it depends on what they're being locked up for. Um, King says, if it's a fiance, absolutely not. He will, however, pray for them and send them letters and maybe put some on the book, maybe. If it's a spouse, then it depends on the length of time they've been together. Because if they've been together for a minute, they've had enough sex that he can do some spaced out conjugals. And so the question would be to you then, Coley Cole, would you wait for your husband or your fiance for 25 years? Yeah, she said the same thing I said, everybody else said. It depends on the hold on, William. It depends on the charge. And William says, sorry, I'm sipping hashtag spring break. That part. You know what though? For 25 years, and I'm just going to take it off the person in jail for a second. If you are married to somebody and they're given any time, even if it's military, that's hard. But 25 years, that's 25 years worth of birthdays, wedding anniversaries, Christmases. And I know there have been some people that did have to go to prison, and they told their spouse to divorce me so you can go and live your life. And they were like, no, I'm going to be here for you. But then it got hard. So that would be like, we're joking right now, but that would be hard. I don't know if that would be easy. 25 years that's a long time. That is a long time. Go ahead, King.
No, I'm just saying, you said 25 years, that's a long time. For anybody to think that it's so easy, or not say it's easy, but you're thinking, once you meet, reach 25 years of living as well as 25 years in a marriage, you look back over them years, you think about like, wow, this is what we did. We went through this, we went through that. So imagine you at home, she locked up, or you at home, he locked up, and you start counting those years. You know what I'm saying? You know how much some changed in 25 years? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just a long time to be like, you know what? I'm going to wait. And, I just, like I said, with it being a fiance, oh, no, we can't. We ain't even started. So, before we even get that caught up and get that in a situation,
Yeah.
I'd just rather go ahead with not having that on my brain, you not having that, and we can go ahead and end it. Like I said, we was cool. I could still send you a care package, whatever I can do for you.
Yeah, we don't
And,
be here.
just something to look at, a little home something. But then, like I said, if I'm married and I got like 25 years, 20 years of my marriage, oh yeah, definitely. Then the conjugals definitely helped, make that a lot much better.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely something to sit back and think about.
I got to add this caveat to what I said, though. If I'm in a loving marriage, right, and we've been together for however long, whether we just got married or it's been 10, 15 years, if something were to happen with my husband, it would definitely depend on what the charge is. But if it's one of those things where he's being like wrongly accused, or it was something like he was trying to protect us or whatever, I would really try hard to be there and be faithful to him, right?
Right.
Because we do say for better, for worse. None of us, I think, ever think worse as in that or worse as in other things when we say those vows. But I would like to think, catch that, King. I would like to think that that I could do it and that I would do it without considering constantly the amount of years. I know what would make it probably harder is if he and I had children together, young children, because now I've become a single parent, right? Now, back in the day, having somebody in jail and prison was hard, but now they have social media pages. They can call you on their own calling card. Like, stuff is so different. So, I don't know. It would depend. It would depend on the nature of our relationship and what they did. So William said it also depends on length of marriage. Sierra, now I'll ride or die. I know you would be down there every day. So any other comments before we go on to the next subject? King, no? All right, we're going to go ahead.
No, I was saying, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's one of those things that you got to sit down and think about because, like I said, like you said, even with kids, that makes it even worse. They're gonna be missing their parents for 25 years, and like they done went from 2, 4 years old to grown, maybe having a kid by the time you get out. Or,
Yeah.
I'm saying, she get out. So yes, so I'd rather cut all that so I won't have those worries at night. I'm saying? I'll sleep a little better. I know, at least I know where you're at, but I'm just saying,
I cannot. I will say this: that show, meeting love, having meeting love, whatever, finding love during lockup, not love after
Oh,
lockup. When they
right, right.
find someone, like they
Hmm.
meet them, they're in jail. I watch that show and I'd be like, y'all don't see none of the signs. Y'all get used like a mug, and then when they get out, anyway. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the next subject. I ain't gonna start. We'll do a rate and review on that show. All righty. Could you marry a former porn star? Again, it's a topic picked by King. King, you're gonna go first on this one. Could you
Not
marry?
a problem.
I know it's not. Go ahead. Could you marry a former porn?
Honestly, yeah, I sure could. Yes, I ain't gonna front to you. I mean, she's a former one, so she ain't got to worry about the celebrity status. Much. Depending where we move, where we living at, and then people ain't too much about porn and stuff and being open with it, so they ain't like they'll do it from a distance. You know, but as far as like noticing, like me and her walking down the street, what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I feel I could. I mean,
Let's
I
just
think some of the older ones though. Like, see, yeah, some of the older ladies back in the day. See, I don't know none of the new ones, so it'd be like some of the older ladies, like Vanessa Del Rio, and my girl Jenna Jameson. I don't
we
know if I
don't
do
need the
white.
names, boo.
Oh,
We
my bad,
don't
my bad.
need.
I'm just
They not
okay, but
paying
I'm
us
just
for promotion.
right. As far as my question goes, yeah, I would definitely have no problem doing that.
I'm just gonna fly by the fact name them like that. Uh, I'm a, and I want to know: is this my son? I
Shout out
think
to
that's
my
my
moms,
son
Mr.
watching.
C.
I think that's my
Okay.
son. If that is you, hey baby. And let's see. Anitra says nope. Kayla says yes. Everybody has a past. I care about hearing now, but I need proof of clean bill of health. You
Oh,
understand?
most
I
definitely.
think that's
Yes.
why William put this up here.
Oh, okay.
I think that's why we got that from William. That is my
Gotcha.
son. Hey, look at him.
Okay.
That's my oldest
Yeah.
right there. All righty.
All right.
So now that King has discussed his list, I couldn't play
It's
boy.
your list.
He couldn't play boy. Okay. Could I marry a porn star? A former porn star. Everybody has a past. I think Kayla just said that. So I wouldn't say no just because they were. Here come my however's and my caveats. Um, because some of the tricks and stuff you don't learn may be beneficial to our marriage, However, to our sex life of our marriage. I want to know how former he is, right? Like, somebody that used to be an ex-football player, and that's all they talk about. Their whole everything is just football all day. Yeah, I'm gonna need that not to be always coming out your mouth. Like, I don't want to hear about how Jamie Jameson or whatever her name is used to do. I don't want to do that. By the way, Anitra said, King, that was too much info. We do not need, yeah. And another thing would be, I do want to see what those test results are going to be. I want a couple of them taken. And that goes back to how former are you? We talking last month? We talking just a year ago? And do you now expect some of them things you got paid to do on a set with a script to be how we have our sex life? Now, again, there may be some things that, hey, we married, let's try that. But there may be other things I'm like, I'm not a director, you're not getting paid for that, we're not going to do that. So, yeah, that's my thoughts for this second. I got to hold back on my other thought. Imagine a current one, you would have to drop them off at the job. No, it was former. It was former. That was former. Because I'm not trying to have my husband having sex with nobody. Paid or not? No. Carmen Hayes. Wait, what? Carmen Hayes and them won't leave you hanging, King. Not always been saved. Okay, he gonna name one for you so you don't feel alone. And it's not that King, you know, ain't nobody judging that. He just was naming them though. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? My son said most former prefer intimate relations than the fancy stuff. You know what? That is true. I have seen an interview with a former they call it uh they didn't call it a porn star. What were they called? Anyway, it was a porn star. And everything that you see is all scripted. There are many people around while they're doing it. It's a lot of pausing that's being edited out. It's just a lot. It's not as romantic. It is not as fun as it looks in the production versus the post-production. What they a lot of them wanted at the end of the day was somebody that genuinely loved them and hugged them and you know were intimate. As my son was saying, hold on a second. Yeah, because all of that other stuff is that's a bang, cut, next person, bang, cut, next person, and it's empty. And that's why some of them, not all, have turned to hey mama, have turned to drugs and alcohol, and some even get high or drunk before they go and do the scenes. But yeah, son, I agree with you. But anyway, so King, how would you feel, because you mentioned something about not being around, you know, or something like that. How would you feel though about telling people that they were a former porn star, or people finding out, or just knowing who they are by seeing them? How would you feel about that?
Honestly, it wouldn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? It's just a life she lived at one time. That was her career. That's how she made her money. That's how she took care of business. And just to share a little something with y'all, I actually had conversation with the ex porn star back in the day on, I think it was, is either Facebook or I think it was I don't know if it was Facebook or I don't know what was the other one before that. It might have been before that. What
MySpace?
was that? It was either MySpace or Black Planet. One of them.
God, you thought it
Actually,
was on Black Planet. Go ahead.
yeah, one of them. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Her name was, I say her name. Yeah, what's her name was India. Anyway, I've seen quite a few of her flicks, and we got to talking. I was like, yo, I know you, but like you said, their conversation after the fact is never about that. You know what I'm saying? So we actually, because that's I didn't even want to come at her like that when I found out who she was, because I seen a picture and stuff. We got to talking, and it was just basic. She had started getting into music and stuff, and she, living her life. So yeah, so it was a cool conversation. But yeah, like you said, after that business is over, that's not a conversation they like to talk about or have. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna come at them as that's who they are, the person they living now. That
Yeah.
that was a that was a occupation. That's
Hmm.
what took care of whatever they need to take care of. Now
Hmm.
this is how they live in their life.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was cool people. Yeah, she was real cool. When I met, her, I was like, okay. I was like ecstatic. Oh, damn, I
Now,
had a conversation
I
with her
want
before.
you to be honest. When you
Mm-hmm.
met this person, were you initially excited because they were a porn star? So you kind of
Was
thought conversation might be,
well, see, she was
tell
like
us.
I said at the time. At the time, she wasn't doing it no more. When I talked to her, she wasn't doing it no more.
But did you know that before you talked to her? Did you
Yeah,
know before you talked to her
that
she's
she was out the business.
retired?
Yeah, that she was finished. Yeah,
How
yeah,
you
that she
know?
had stopped doing movies. Because,
How you
like I said, I stopped seeing her in movies. And then, her what's saying her profile, saying, X. So yeah, I stopped seeing her in movies and stuff. But then when I asked her, she had been out the business for some years anyway. She started some music. I think she had been out about maybe 2 or 3 years. And so she was working on music stuff. And we was cool. We used to talk all the time. Because she was just real cool to talk to. But I was like, wow, I'm talking to India. Yo, I remember her movies. Yo, she was bad. I mean, that's the kind of attitude I had
and that's what
behind
I
the
was
yeah.
asking you. That's
But that's no,
exactly
no,
the
not with
question I was
her.
asking you.
Yeah, behind my head, in the back of my head, I had those
That's the
thoughts.
question I was asking you, Kim. You just answered it. So in the back of your head
Yeah.
was your thought, and that's the reason why I asked you that. And I'm glad you finally went on and told me. It's because I think if someone knows ahead of time, that would
Mm,
be the initial reaction. Like, and if whether it's your friend, family member, whatever, probably wondering,
right.
man, what type of I'll have it, right? Because you we equate these characteristics or certain characteristics with a porn star. Some of them are well, not some. They're all just people. They're people.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what they do to make money, and they choose to show everybody. But that doesn't
Right.
mean they are bad people. I don't know
Right.
if they want one as my husband, but I wouldn't say no right off the cuff because of that. Because just because you got paid to do it, I was having
Right.
for marriage, I wasn't getting paid. So same
Exactly.
thing, same thing.
Yeah.
What if they have flashbacks on you talking about fix my lights? He said,
Yeah, see, yeah, that'd be the that always be that scenario. That'd be that what's the name play.
that part.
That
It
role
ain't nobody,
play.
right. Ain't
Yeah,
nobody's business, mine and
mine
theirs.
and theirs. Yeah,
My son said
exactly.
them turn to podcasts, DJs,
Yeah,
they're just basically treating it as a stepping stone into doing what they really want, right?
yep. I remember when as a DJ too. Yep. Yeah.
King having flashbacks on here. I mean,
The Will, don't do me
smile
like
a
that.
little
Will, don't do me like that.
bit.
Don't do me like that. Will, don't do me like that, bro. It happens.
Conversation will not typically be about their past
It
work.
wasn't
My son
exactly.
is intelligent. That part.
Exactly.
That
Yeah.
part. I know my mama probably like, what I done walked in on? Yeah, mama, what going at the bottom. I already know her answer. She is not going to very important. All righty, we have another topic we're gonna hit up. Were those your last thoughts on that one, King, before we move
That
on?
was it. That was it. Yeah.
Righty. This yet too is picked by King. Go ahead, King.
Could you be in a relationship or marriage and go without the ooh wee for a year?
Ooh, wee.
The ooh wee, exactly. Or
You
or,
want to
uh,
know?
or as uh
Hmm?
or as my man KC do it. Ooh yeah.
Did you go without that? Ooh, yeah.
Nick, you want to take that one first? Since I took the last one first.
William taking it first. He says no.
Oh, we said no. Hey,
Ooh, okay. In a marriage, going without sex, it's a whole lot of that causes some stuff. And now, if there's a reason, like a medical one, that's something different. But even the Bible tells you don't go without sex unless you fast. And as soon as you done, I'm gonna need y'all to come on back together quickly. And that's in the word, I promise you. So being in a marriage where there is no intimacy and there is no sex, that is hard. That is it is not easy, and there starts this divide of a disconnect that sometimes it's hard to come back from. Like the longer that y'all go without doing it, it makes it even harder to come back, and it opens up doors for other stuff to happen. So okay, y'all got a lot of comments. I'm coming to them. Hey, James. Hello. So the question on the table for those that are just coming in is, could you be in a marriage or relationship and go without sex for a year? So back to my thoughts. Not having it could cause a whole lot of stuff in a marriage. If there was something medical, we're going to work on that. I'm here for you. That's not going to cause me to go out and go do anything. What? Hey, Shayna, that's who does my hair. She's in here. Hey, boo. Yes, you did catch it. Hey, boo. Hey, that's my sweetheart. Excuse me, I forgot to go off the mic before I coughed. As far as being in just a regular relationship, there's no marriage. I've done that before. And for that, it causes you to actually grow closer and to really see how compatible you all are and build in other areas. And I want you to see the dynamic in that. If it's just a relationship and you're not married and you're going without sex, it can actually cause you to become stronger. If you're married and you're doing it, it could cause y'all to become weaker. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Now, I know some people that are in relationships, if you're living together or you've been together for a long time and sex has stopped, that has caused y'all to become weak. I understand that. But in this situation, for me, in a relationship, of course I can do that. I'm supposed to wait till marriage anyway. But in a marriage, we need to figure out what's going on, why we're not connecting. Because if there's no sex, it has something to do with the intimacy part, which is there's a part of that that's not connected to the sex, and there's a part that is. But we need to find out what it is about us that we are not connecting in that way, and it has spilled over into us not wanting to come together in that way. So that's my answer. King, I'm gonna come to you, but let me hit these comments real quick. All righty, William already said no. Hello again, James. My son said, are the circumstances that you have a pretty solid mental health? Nicole says it's something taking its place. William says if you don't, temptation will win. Yes, absolutely. If it's before marriage, my relationship is more important than sex, especially if I love them and want a future with them. Now, after marriage, no, thank you. I need to love me. I think she said, oh, I think she's saying I need you to love me down. That part. Hey again, Shayna. All right. So Anitra says, I've done it in a relationship. I'm sorry, baby. I don't know what the DNT stands for. The lifestyle I was living and becoming closer to Christ. But in a marriage, no. Right. My mama says it depends on the situation. Come on, keep it real, Miss Sterling. All right. So James says, I agree to a point. If you are married for sex, it will be extremely hard. If you married for love, hold on. If you married for sex, it will be extremely hard. If you married for love, when lust wears off, love is supposed to pick up where lust wears off. So you didn't disagree with me. He said, I agree to a point. If you married for sex. Oh, I understand what you're saying. Oh, that was due to Anitra. Okay, thank you. Yeah, and there are some people that do marry so they don't keep sinning and having sex. And that's the mindset. We're going to go ahead and get married so we can stop falling in this area. So if there is nothing built there, what does happen when something happens where you can't be sexually active or health comes into play? I got you, Anitra. Or health comes into play, or shoot, anything could happen. Okay, I don't know what that one. That was another message. All right, so King, go ahead and come in on this one. Y'all are giving some good feedback in the comments. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, I agree to a certain extent. Well, I'll put it like this: a relationship. Um, yeah, you might as well count that one out. You know, we ain't got to worry about that. You know, if it ain't
Oh, you
going no
said
year in a relationship.
the
I'm
relationship.
not going no year in a relationship. No, not hardly. If it's a relationship, I'm not going the whole year without it. Really, please, I'll just cancel you and get another one. But I'm just saying. I mean, we already know it's a relationship. I mean, what's your hang up? I mean, whatever we in this, we ain't even attached totally. So I mean, we having fun, we enjoying each other, and I think I'm gonna go a year with this. No, mm-mm. I don't even 90 days don't even count up for that one. So that's that one. So
I already
so
know
the
you got
marriage
some 90 days.
now the marriage, yeah, we definitely got a problem. You know what I'm saying? If we not doing it in this, wait for a year now. We got to nip that in the bud for real. Because when I got married, I already knew that was a thing that was definitely gonna happen. Now I'm not gonna try to get you 3, 4, 5 days out the week, but let's understand we ain't going no month. We ain't going no 2 months. Unless we got, like you said, unless there's a medical situation or something that, that takes time or we got to work on. But if you got that, you got that A1 bill health, sister, I'm going to need you to let's get it popping. Let's get it
Okay, King, let me turn
yes,
the tables on you.
yes,
I'm
ma'am.
turning the tables on you.
Okay.
So you in a relationship and y'all been getting it in for 6 months, and something happens where you can no longer
Mm,
perform. You
mm.
cannot. How would you feel if she left you because you can no longer give her what she wanted?
Yeah, that's part of it. Hey, that's how it works sometimes. What I'm supposed to do, I
Okay,
ain't going to hold
but
it.
you're in love with her. You be okay with her just being like,
Because we in a relationship. So I mean, there's no obligation totally. If I'm in love, I mean, first of all, let's understand, me falling in love in a relationship is a problem right there. So let's just be honest. And I ain't married to it. That's a problem for me. Yeah, I'm not
it's
falling in
a
love with you in
problem to
a
be in a
relationship.
relationship with somebody and love them, be in love with them?
No, 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 no. You said falling in love. I done fell in love with her and we in a relationship. I done supposed to be married. I'm already in that route. If I'm in love with you, that's marriage status. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's marriage status. In love with you. I love you.
Right.
Yeah, we cool.
But you're in love with her in a relationship. 6 months in, you can't perform. How would you feel?
Right?
It was like, well, I got to go because you can't give me what I need.
Well, like I said, I mean, first, like I said, okay, let's see what's going on. Let's get it checked
My
out.
son
Let me
say you
see. Let's see.
happy.
Let's see. I'm just saying. Let's check it out. Let's get the the blue chews, as they say, the whatever I can use. But if it's saying something that's not gonna work, that is dysfuncted, it ain't coming back. Yo, I don't expect you to stay. You ain't married to me. You don't owe me nothing. I'm just being real. You don't owe me nothing if that's a part of the relationship that you feel that's gonna be a problem. So I'm not gonna sit here and hold you like, yo, no, I'm not. Just that's reality for me. Now in a marriage, to me, that's a whole different level. Regardless on each end, if you can't perform, that's not for me to just bail out on you. Let's talk this out. Let's
Right.
see what's going on. Let's see what kind of options.
In a
But,
marriage,
hmm
and you're married to somebody and you can't perform, and
Right.
she wants to be like, listen, I can't do this. It's been 3 months, we haven't done anything. What happens?
Yeah, like I said, okay, now we got to check the options out. Let's get these options out and see what can be done. And my thing is honestly, if you feel that you can't, I can't force you to. I'm just gonna be real. If I can't, and we done checked all the options, Doc said, "Yo, chill, it's done, brother. It ain't no coming back." I'm gonna be hurt. I'm gonna be like, hey, I got alternate ways I can do stuff, sweetie. And if she feels those alternate ways ain't gonna take care of the situation, what I'm supposed to do? I'm just being real. What I'm supposed to do?
So,
I can't hold
so,
it.
and so in the same scenario earlier where you was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh no, I'm out. What if she was like, but husband, I have alternate ways. You gonna stay in the marriage then?
Oh, definitely. Like I said, we check all the options. And there's options that I love better than I love something else.
Oh,
So if those options say so, yeah, you definitely. I'm
James
just.
says marry because your burning is not fair to your mate, particularly if your mate is in love. Facts. But
Yes.
oh, sorry, I just got a message from my youngest son. But
Mm,
if somebody's in love with somebody though, James, sometimes they willing to take whatever they can get.
this is true.
And if somebody like,
So
well, I'm
true.
gonna marry you, but I'm only gonna marry you because I'm tired of being out here in these streets.
Streets.
Somebody might be like, I take it. I would not want that consolation prize though. That's
Yeah,
a consolation. Like,
for
the
real.
question is, why do we lock ourselves in a marriage that ultimately is not working? All right, lock.
Yeah,
They say, why are we doing it?
telling that right there comes with a lot of understanding
But
when
if
you
you
say
love,
lock.
but if y'all love each other though,
Exactly. That's what I'm
and
saying.
the
That's the
not
difference.
working, sometimes you just need tools. Because here's the thing, it's like parenting. Just because that's my oldest son right there.
Hmm
29 years ago, I ain't know nothing about being no mama, but I was
Yeah.
one, and I had to figure that thing out. 5 years later, when another one came, it's not like I necessarily knew everything. Then I had to figure that it's there with marriage, and you may have been married twice. That second spouse is not the first spouse. Their second spouse needs different things sometimes than the first spouse does. There are some basic things that you don't do as a wife or a husband, or you should do as a wife or a husband. But if you love each other, you go get the tools to make that thing work. And sometimes the best thing to do is get tools before something's broken. You understand? One thing I love about older people, when they have cars, they take that book to go get maintenance every time it's due, oil change what is due. And from some people in my family, you got plastic on the inside to protect it. Why? Because they're trying to keep it from breaking down or something major happening. Sometimes doing something that is a preventative measure can be just as good as doing something after the fact, being proactive versus reactive. Excuse me, my voice. That round was real good. That round was really, really good. I was really interested in knowing what people were going to say about that question. Um, I wonder, okay, I'm gonna ask you this one, and I know what your answer is going to be, but I really want you to think about the question first. If you were not married, you were not married. Actually, let's say that you were. Let's say that you are, and Queen came to you one day and was like, if somebody is offering us $5 million if we refrain from if we refrain from all sexual activity for 365 days, baby, you gonna sign the contract? Are you down for it? If she asks you that, what would you say?
Where's the contract? Where do I sign?
Okay, so for money, you're gonna do that thing.
Please, we're talking 365 one year versus $4 million.
I say five, but let's break it down some. 200,
5 minutes.
$250,000.
I ain't gotta pay no taxes, right? It's tax free.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna come to y'all comments in a minute. Let me concentrate on what you're saying. You said it's tax free?
Tax free. So I mean, I get my straight 250. I don't have to worry about breaking up the government or nothing.
Okay, you
So
gotta
that
break
break.
the government off. Either or.
Oh, mm, mm. Depends on what situation, what kind of lifestyle, yeah, where I'm at in life. Honestly, if I'm living like I want to live and everything is good to go, I don't know, because you dropping me off about $60,000. You're breaking me up under the 200s. So over the years I done made that much. I need something that that's 250 with no taxes. Yo, that looks good. That looks real good at the year. But 160, 180, right around there, kind of.
I
It
mean, a lot
feels.
of people not gonna make 180 in a year. You're gonna
That's
take
true.
some
That's
years
true.
to make that. So
Yeah.
I just want to cut and dry yes or no. And we'll and
Am I?
we'll
Am I?
and we'll go with
Can I get up front
Sean
or get
says
half
right
up
now,
front?
not how you living, huh?
Can I get up front, half of it up front or whatever? Or do I gotta wait till after the year's up?
You got to do 365 days, no activity, no nothing. What they say on my wife is no touching her behind. You can't do none of that. You can't do none of it.
Wow. Wow. Good question. You talking about taxes amongst no tax? I don't know, man. I don't know. Because if I do, I lose out on the money, right? Any
If
part
you
of the
do
year, I
what?
lose out on the money. You said if I do anything that's against the
If you do
contract, I lose out on the money.
anything, if
Anything,
you
right?
do, I'm gonna come to
Anything,
our questions in just a second. Hey, Reese, if you do anything, then
anything.
you forego the money. And they got cameras
Right?
everywhere. I don't
Everywhere. So I got to stay in the
where
same
you
house
go,
too.
it goes. And that
So I got to
oh,
stay.
but I said no sex. That does include self sex. Nothing.
Woo! We're
Nothing.
done. Oh no. Okay. Keep the
For the
hundred.
five
Keep your
million dollars,
180.
you wouldn't do it either.
Oh no, the 5 million. I'm doing it. The 5 million. I'm doing it.
But 250,000, no.
I'm doing it. No, I'm doing 250 without no tax. If I'm going under the 200, I'm like, yo, I can't. And you said self? Oh no, that ain't enough for that. I gotta have my 250 with no tax or the 5 million. Under 200, that's like, yo, that's hard. You said no, 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 and you said no personal. So you don't kill me. Oh my God, just 100.
Calm down. And we'll take
That's
that.
my bad, my bad.
Hold up, wait. Listen. So here's what I want to draw to your attention. I'm going to hit the comments in just a second. I'm drawing this to your attention. When we first started this conversation, it was like, oh, nope. If we in a relationship, I can't get none, I'm out. If we in a marriage and there ain't no good medical reason, I am out. But I threw money out there. I said, 5 million. What I signed? I said 250. Is it tax free? You understand what I'm saying?
I tell you, Nick, but it makes a lot of difference, though, Nick. I'm saying, be honest, just think, you know what life would
You know
be
what?
about?
You know what it is? It's the money is your incentive. That's the
Because
difference.
it's so
But what
much you can
about the
do with
love
it.
though, bro? The love can't be your incentive.
Do you know how much love I can show you with 5 million after 365 days? Do you know what we can do with
Let
love?
me read these comments. I'm not wait a minute. I'm not fooling with you. Go ahead and read this one by James.
James said, sex and intimacy are not exactly the same. I can be intimate with my spouse with or without sex. A cuddle in front of a fireplace can be intimate. Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, I
Most
said that
definitely.
earlier. I was talking about
Yeah,
intimacy earlier.
definitely. Intimacy, yeah. Definitely agree with that.
Coley Cole said, and where do I sign? Where's the pen?
Show me the Vaseline. You see, this what I'm saying. You can't exactly, bro. For that money,
Yeah, baby.
Nick,
Vaseline.
that's a lot of.
None. It's none. We talking about the marriage though. We talking about the marriage.
Right, right.
Oh, that was her saying hi to Reese Reese. Um, he says right now and not how you living. Right. The question was for right now because you were trying to think, well, if I'm living good then and I got everything that I want then but no, the question was for
right now. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
I'm gonna let you read that one.
Oh, see, you know what, Nick? You know what? She could. You know what, Nicole? Get in the back of the line, because you can say that comment. Please.
Collie
Ain't no way I'm
Cole
gonna for
said,
$2 grand. You out your mind. For a
Collie
year, you
Cole
out your
said you'll
mind.
do it for 2,000.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, you can sleep on that one. Ain't no way.
That's a
That's
tough.
a tough one. Yeah, y'all can do what y'all want to do. Until I some
$10 at
garbage
the
like,
two.
yeah, right, okay.
Oh wow. She said you franking.
Or whatever. She can say what you want. That 2,000, you out your mind a whole year? You please. I can hustle and make that. Some a year? I can hustle in 2,000 in a year. Come on. I'm not about to get that up for no year.
Listen,
2,000.
hold on. William says, I need that love though. Can't take that to my grave. That part. All right, son,
Mm-hmm.
I love you too. And go have that. Proud of you. Take care of your business. It was so good to have you on though.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Whew, that was
Mm,
funny to me.
very much so.
Mm-mm-mm. Would I change my mind after being offered money?
Mm.
If that's something my husband decided, he's like, baby, let's do this and this is legit. I don't know. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know. Because to be honest, I just feel like the temptation would try to come in. I don't even mean for, for the personal with yourself. I mean just temptation outside. Right. And so I don't know. I don't know if I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna wanna hold up. He might be looking real nice and good, and I might be looking delicious. It's just that's a lot. I don't know about all that. Cole, he will go on his singing tour for 2,000. I am not with y'all. I am not with y'all.
Y'all need jokes now. I'm telling you, y'all need jokes. Don't
Hey,
want to do
what a
for two
family put
G's.
his family for.
2 G's is not about to do
Mm-mm.
it.
All righty. Any more thoughts on this one before we go on?
Nah, I'm just saying that money though, Nick. It puts a different taste in your mouth. 5 million, like, gosh. I mean, you counting down the days like you in jail. Just putting the X's there.
Right, but I'm saying, but why love couldn't be an incentive for you like money was? Money was a no brainer for you.
Cause
It was
Nick,
like,
think about it. We talk
yes.
five. Think about it, Nick. A year later, $5 million. We laying in the bed with $5 million. All the love I can show you that we can do together, baby. Making love on the money, making love with the money. Just going to another island, making love. I mean, the love is definitely gonna be there because we can all these exotic locations we can go to, all these things we can do with this money, and just have love in our lives, in our eyes. But woo,
Ooh.
mm.
Let me see. He has to do something else. He has something else for you for me to wait. Okay, I'll give you $2,001.
You know what? Keep you and your $2,001, okay? Because
Oh,
that
with
ain't
the
working.
extra increase.
That ain't working.
Money is the root. Money is the root to hmm.
Mm,
Yeah, money changed your mind. Money
sure different. 5 million. Hey, it definitely talked to me.
Oh, next subject. Should veterans and active duty soldiers be exempt from taxes? I will tell you, someone that I talked to this morning that asked about our topics when I said there was like, yes, absolutely yes. So we want to hear from you all in the comments, fam. Uh should veterans and active duty soldiers be exempt from paying taxes? What are your thoughts?
Hey, as being a veteran myself, I definitely agree that should be something that every veteran and every active duty soldier should not have to worry about. It's taxes. I mean, Nick is so jacked up when you got homeless vets. You got vets you got active duty guys that barely can survive, can barely take care of their families on what they got now. You know what I'm saying? Can gotta try to work another job. And you being an active duty soldier,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And you gotta work a second part-time gig. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. I shouldn't have to. I mean, now, mind you, we don't get paid as far as taxes. They don't take out taxes on our pay, but we still got to pay taxes outside it. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, how much money we would save, especially the active duty soldiers, how much they would save as far as taking care of their family if they didn't have to pay no taxes at all. And
Right.
just like the veterans too. I mean, once you're not active duty no more and you getting a disability, because the only way you're gonna get a check is if you're disabled or you retired. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is with that, that should be taxed. That shouldn't be taxed either.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think, people take for granted, what veterans and active duty soldiers really do. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, people say that, they thinking that, well, you ain't seen no combat. First of all, understand you ain't got to see combat, what I'm saying, to understand what it is to be a soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Once you sign in and you go to basic training, you go to AIT, or, for other people, it's, tech school, or, when you're doing, learning your job and then you go to your first duty assignment, that's putting you in a position of having to fight
Mm-hmm.
mentally. That's putting you in a position. When I went to Germany for 2 years, I was that much closer to if something jumped off instead of
Mm-hmm.
being in the United States and had to be deployed. And when you look at putting yourself on the line for 4 years, 6 years, 10, 20 years, that says a lot that I gave to this country, period.
Yeah.
Whether I volunteered or for the guys, back in the Vietnam days or the World Wars that actually had to get drafted, and to endure what they have and endure what we've seen and what we go through, and just something is, we look at it, they look at it as minute. I look at it as, yo, we should be able to earn that part. You know what I'm saying? Serving our country and not have to pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? Just, because it ain't everybody, so, and the one thing, it ain't like we can make for so much money anyways, based on your rank. So it ain't like, if you was working at a job and they give you raises and raises, no, it ain't that type of thing. You make rank, yeah. If you don't, there you go. So I mean, I don't think that's asking a lot. I mean, you got these people that give discounts, you know, 5%, 10%. That's cool, but I mean, I feel everybody should do it. It shouldn't be a store I walk into that you won't give me a discount just because I served the country, because I'm a veteran or active duty soldier. And I think that's the least, as being a soldier, that you can do for us. That's just my thought, especially from the federal government's point of view. Being federal employees, soldiers, that something like that would definitely help the active duty as well as the veterans. But yeah, I definitely, my ultimate answer, yes, I feel that we should be exempt. Your thoughts, Nick?
My thought. I know y'all got plenty in the comments. I'm coming to you. Alrighty. So my thoughts are, I think military should have a whole lot of benefits, but I think some things should be with tiers. In other words, you get certain things exempt from if you served 4 years and under. You get certain things if you served 5 to 10. You get certain things if you served 10 to 15, and then 15 to 2. And those are not necessarily exact numbers, but I think there should be tiers. I know that there are programs out there like that will help military families with homes, buying homes, depending on, I want to say, if it's when you're 100%, you get, like, you can get your taxes, something like that. I don't know all the details, and I should have put them in front of me. But I have a lot of friends that are ex-military that were in there for many, many, many years. So I know some of the things that they do have, like some breaks on and stuff like that. But I think the longer you serve, the more exemptions you should have, the more breaks you should have. The same way, somebody who serves, I think it's what, over 20 years. Shoot, I just forgot it. I forgot what it was, but if you serve over 20 years, it's something. When you come out, your isn't it your retirement and all that stuff looks differently depending on the time. I think with
Hmm.
that, it should be the same thing. If you, according to how you served, or the amount of time that you served, should be the amount of exemptions that you can get. Um, I think personally that anybody that's been in the military and they fought, they should have their medical covered for life, because a lot of them have effects of having been out on those battlefields, having have been in the military, having have traveled and fought. I think their insurance should be covered. Now, I know that there is a specific insurance that even my godfather uses, but he still has to pay. He still has some
Mm.
co-pays. And I'm not going
Right.
to say the insurance company, but I think y'all stuff should just, I think if you have served active in active duty and you've had to fight, that your military, I mean, your medical should be covered. And as far as your cars, I think people that have served so many years in the military should have the taxes on the cars when they go to purchase them. I think they shouldn't have to pay that. I mean, whichever is more, the taxes or whatever. But whatever the highest cost is, other than the daggum vehicle itself, they shouldn't have to pay that. When it comes to homes, I don't think that they should have to pay taxes on their homes. I don't think so. Or you give them some money to go towards it, they don't have to be paid back. But I think for putting your life on the line and out there fighting for this country should be giving you something back in return. And let me hit these comments real quick.
All right.
So, and I wish I had written down everything I was going to bring up. I thought I was going to remember it. Now I'm trying to remember. Sean said L to the yeah. She says L to the no. No disrespect. Some soldiers don't do anything, but they say they are a vet. Jeff says, I say yes if they're not exempt from frontline combat, putting their lives on the line. Okay, hold on. You said yes if they're not exempt. Oh, so if they have to fight on the front lines, you're saying that they absolutely should be exempt. Oh gosh, this person. Who the freaks come out? She says, so will you say that for the medical staff who just put their lives on the line during this pandemic? Well, the question originated with King as far as vets. However, but absolutely, all these medical frontline workers should have all of their medical taken care of by the government. Absolutely. That's putting your life on the line in wartime for real. I think if you serve during wartime, that should get it. And are you referring to no taxes only or the things that I was naming? For the medical staff, absolutely, I feel the same way. So James does agree with you, Coley Cole. Definitely if you did 20 years, yes. SGLI. See, I wasn't going to say the name. He just said it. There it is right there. TRICARE. And I think the military as a whole should have medical coverage. And I agree with you on that. I'm actually glad you said it because you made me think about something. Even those that may have served under 5 years still may have to get some type of some type of mental care from even just being gone away from their family. Oh wait, hold on one second. So yeah, again, just to wrap up what I was saying is I do believe that there should be a whole lot of benefits given to military families, but I think it should be on tiers, like depending on the amount of time that you were in and what you were doing while you were in. After this one, King, I'm gonna let you go ahead because I feel like you want to say something. I think if you served your country and you had an honorable discharge, that's what I was gonna say. If it was a dishonorable discharge or you was doing some stuff while you were no, then yes, or at least pay less taxes depending on how long you served. If you had a dishonorable discharge, then no. Now on medical personnel, absolutely. So she agrees with you as well, Coley Cole. All right, King, go ahead.
Well, as far as the medical, they do. A lot of veterans get that free, through the VA. You know what I'm saying? Even with 4 years and 3 years.
But it's a struggle. It'd be a struggle.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. Well, see, the thing is, Nick, everything's a struggle when it comes to the benefits, whether it be benefits as far as disability or medical, anything. Everything's a struggle because it's a bunch of civilians, but that's a whole different thing. Like she said about the dishonorable discharge. Yeah, dishonorable discharge messes you up from anything, basically, when it comes to as far as benefits. But like one of the other things that's so messed up when we talk about taxes, it's jacked up that military. If you back in the day, you could serve 20 years, you got 100%. That don't even happen no more. You can do 30 years, you're not doing 100% retirement no more. So it's just so many things that have broken down. You know what I'm saying? but yet you still want them to serve. You still want them to be out there defending the country. But this is what they have to come back to when they do 20, 30 years, even five, 10 years. So, my thing is every veteran that served, like you were saying about, even if you didn't see combat, the thing is when you signed your name and you got sworn in that second time, your life is definitely right there on the line for the next how many years you signed. Regardless, you go to Texas, you go to Louisiana, you go to Germany, you go to Korea, wherever part of the country or whatever part of the world you go to, you putting yourself at risk to maybe never come back. So it just bothers me when people say, "Well, you didn't see no combat." Yeah, and just because I didn't see a combat, you make me think that's much different from me being a soldier that seen combat that didn't, because I'm the next person to go in case they don't make it back or they need more people to go back out there. So because I'm still a soldier, so I'm just in training, and depending on the unit I'm in, that might be the reason why I didn't get to see it, or depending on when they had the conflicts or whatever. But yeah, I just said that was just one of the things. Because one of the things I used to talk about, Nick, that I'm glad, what I'm saying, and I hated that it was in his on his watch that it happened. The ID card thing. I think I talked to you about that years ago, about veterans being able to have the opportunity and access to go on post, to be able to buy from the PX, to be able to buy.
Right.
And it took 45. So I don't know what he's trying to do, but he got it done. I give him that because for
They were
years he wasn't.
already doing it here, though.
And
Remember, I was
and
telling
that
you
was crazy
that
when you
they
were
were
telling me
already
that.
doing
Yeah, I
it
was
here.
like, I couldn't understand. I was like, how you, the federal government, you're allowing veterans to go on post in other states, but other states you couldn't. I said
Yeah.
that was just so crazy. I was like, how do you do that? But then when he came in, I got to give it to him. He did make it happen where it went across the board that every veteran, what I'm saying, had the opportunity to be able to go on post. Because
Yeah.
I had been shooting for that for years. I had to write letters. Oh yeah, I was like, I said I couldn't understand. AFES at the time was going under. I said, but you got all these veterans. If y'all did it one day out the year, I mean out the month, one day out the month, you let veterans go on and shop, AFES would have never had a problem. But for some reason, but yet you did dependents. That's what got me. You would let dependents go on post and be able to do that, but veterans couldn't.
I just
But
think it's a whole lot of things that veterans
yeah,
or active duty are not. They're not. They're not given. They're not given access to, and that they should be receiving. And I'm gonna be
hmm
honest. When you retire out the military, like when you leave, I think you should be given a stipend. I think when you leave, you should be given a certain amount of money, maybe the amount of time you are in there,
right.
it keeps adding up. But I think you should be given a certain amount of money when you leave as a thank you. And I mean, your life can never, I mean, you can't put a price on your life, but as a thank you to help you leave this controlled world that you've been in
hmm
and you going out there in the civilian world, I think you should be given a certain amount of money and to help start your life. And again, I know that there are plenty of programs and stuff out there, but some of that stuff, the money got to be paid back, or
hmm
at a discounted rate, but you're still paying.
Okay, oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you have given your life to for however many years, and according
Yep.
to how long you were in, I think that should add up the amount that you get out to help you and your family start off. Let me hit these.
Okay.
You go ahead and hit this one.
All right. Mr. James said, what I mean is seeing that they don't have a choice far as frontline battle and combat or not psychological challenges come with military experience. So yes, they should be totally exempt from taxes. And I mean that makes sense. I mean, we don't pick where we want. Let me change that. They always give you a wish list when you first go in the military to pick where you want to go. That's not always the case. But wherever they send you, you got to serve. I did 2 years in Germany. So at the time, it was in the 80s. It wasn't as bad, but in 86, we had a conflict. We had a situation in the Persian Gulf. And we used to go to a site when we do alerts. And what alerts are is just training every month where you might go to a site in case um, you have to be deployed out further. And most of the time, we don't have live ammunition. This one particular morning that we went on alert, we had live ammunition. So when people think about your mindset on stuff, you 18, 19 years old, 2 years, you in Germany, and you getting ready to you getting ready to load your weapon with live ammunition, it changes the whole attitude. on how you feel like, oh, here I'm in a whole nother country. I'm not in the States getting ready to get on a plane to go over. I'm already over here, getting ready to go somewhere else. So
Mhm.
it was definitely a scary time. So that's why a lot of people don't understand how soldiers that never seen combat have PTSD. I said, first of all, you got to understand, you're going somewhere you've never been. First of all, going in the military, you're learning things you never learned. They put you in a training that's very vigorous, that's very mind controlling to a certain extent because they're building you to be a soldier, you know. And then once you learn this and learn that, you get more in depth. You learn this, you learn that, and it gets to a point you're not the same 17, 18-year-old kid that went in the military. Even though you come out 5 years later, 10, 20, 30, you're not the same person. So that part of PTSD is one way. When you see that combat, it's a whole nother level. You know, so that right there, you know, when people sit there and say, "Did you shoot somebody?" I mean, that's the last thing. Why you want to say that to anybody that was in the military? That ain't what they want to answer a question about. They just glad they made it. Period. They got part of their mind still intact. You know what I'm saying? Even when you go on different exercises, yo, that's just so real. You know, but yeah, just getting back on that. You know, just like you said, Nick, it's a lot of programs that I wish, like you said, was totally free. Like you said, that you didn't have to pay back. You know what I'm saying? Like with the, you know, like you said, doing the getting the VA housing or the, you know, the VA loan, stuff like that. There's still stuff that got to be paid out and stuff. And my thing is, like you said, why not start the vet by paying the down payment for them, paying the clothes, you know what I'm saying? Just to get them in the house. Is that too hard? You know what I'm saying? I mean, so, you know, it's just so
I
many things. And
Me, I know somebody's gonna watch and be thinking about the money aspect, but you're taking care of these military families while they're in there. That's
exactly.
money still.
Right. exactly. Exactly.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get off there. We got a whole bunch of comments. Let me hit.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Nicole said they have always said that the U.S. does not know how to take care of them. Yes, they have. Oh, I want to say this real quick. I have a friend, and she actually has this organization where she helps the wives of active military duty members, and there is this constant thing that's always over them because you never know when they're going to be deployed. You never know when they're going to be called away. So you almost sometimes don't want to plan certain things like extended trips, anything like that, because you don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes if he's away and she gets that, I mean, the telephone starts to ring, she wonders, could this be that phone call? So it's a lot that I don't have to deal with because I'm not in the military. I'm not married to somebody that's in the military or that has been. So it's a lot. But I think that we should, as Nicole said, the United States needs to do a way better job in taking care of the people. Sean says, plus it depends on the state you live in. Some states you don't have to pay taxes. North Carolina, I pay taxes on retirement and 0% on disability. Shana, excuse me, agrees. Some people abuse the benefits they do get. And you want to hit this one from Shana King?
Sure. I agree. Most military members have an extremely difficult time adapting to civilian life. It's hard, knocks out here in the real world, and they are not prepared to adapt to total independence. So I believe the federal government shouldn't just toss them to the wolves. She is absolutely right. You know, when I was going to college and, you know, trying to have a veteran program at the college, and my
Oh, hold up, Shana. I forgot. Well, I don't know if I can say that, but Shana would know about this subject rather well. Go ahead. Go.
and my dean of students, vice president of students of student affairs, you know, we had an incident that happened in the classroom one time, and she, you know, she pulled, because I was the president of the Student Veterans Association there, and she pulled me to the side and asked me about PTSD, and I was like, yeah, man. I said, you got guys. I said, one thing about military is discipline and structure. We learned that from day one. So when we get in the classroom environment, first of all, you know, going back into civilian life, and like she says, it's some the adaptation is the adjustment is real hard sometimes. But one thing we do when we're in the classroom environment, we focus. We pay attention. So when you got kids, young men, young women sitting there talking, and you're trying to, you know, focus and study. I
Mhm.
mean, learn. This teacher's talking. That's one guy. Never forget. He was sitting there, and these guys were talking about what happened the weekend. And guy told me, said, man, you know, I'm trying to listen, you know, because y'all be quiet. They sitting there looking at him like crazy, this and that. He said, let me tell you something. I will stab you in your dick and let you bleed out right here in this floor. I will kill you right now if you don't shut up. Yo, they just, the eyes just got big. They walked out the classroom, and that's how the dean of affairs, pulled me to the side. And I told her, I said, what we need to do is talk to the staff, all the professors, and let them understand the triggers of dealing with veterans now in a classroom environment. I said, because when we sit down with no talk, we're listening. That's it. We focus on who direct, whoever's in front talking to us about anything we need to learn. So going from military type stuff to even civilian school stuff, we like to focus. We like to, be structured and disciplined on what we're listening to.
Mhm.
And it's like some kids and they don't understand how that works. So yeah, that's definitely real about that, and that's where that PTSD plays a part as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shane also said it's
good
like
stuff.
raising a child in a way. I recently learned that statistically, most mental behavioral issues and domestic violence comes from vets. Their people can't function without us. Wow. Whew. Started with this
Yeah.
one, ended with a lighter one. I tell you what, we have this one. We're going to close up the show with this. We're going to keep this one really brief. This was your last question. Could you live your life as a vegan? Why or why not? I don't think William is on here any longer because I
Oh,
think
okay.
they are living as vegans. But King, it was your question. So what's your answer?
Yes. H to the no.
L
I'm not.
to the no. You said L.
Yes, L to the.
L
I ain't no way.
to
Cause Nick, I can't like LL said, I can't live without my radio.
the
I can't live without my meat, baby. Got to have my meat. Let me ribs and chicken, everything. There you go. Will's still here.
Yeah, I see. So
Yeah,
we'll
brother can't
wait
live
on your
without
answer.
brother can't live without the meat, baby. I can't give it up. You know, I don't even know if I can. He did it for a full year, yo, bro. Much praise. And my brother, he's dabbled in the vegan as well as the vegetarian. Yo, all I give y'all all ups because vegetarian is one thing, vegan is a total different life. So I can't even see myself sitting there looking at a plate, ain't not one bit of meat on there, and you expect me to eat this? You expect me to do this 3 times a day or however many times a day for the rest of the next month or 2 months? Man, y'all might as well have me. Hey, remember the Fat Boys? In jail, Nick, when he brought it to the restaurant. That's me breaking into somebody's restaurant because I got to get me something to eat.
Stupid.
Yo, that's wow. He said he went back not depending on me. Woo. Yo, well, I need to hang out with you for about a month, bro, just to see how that
You know
feels.
what, King? I think you could do it, but you have to want to. And one thing about you, when you make up in your mind and you don't want to do something, you're not going to do it. But I think when it comes to health, I know for me, I don't want to go full, but I do
Right,
have meatless meals. I do
right,
have meatless
right.
meals throughout the week, and you don't miss the meat. It's somewhat psychological in a way. If you, oh my God, I'm about to eat this with no meat. I'm about to eat this with no meat. It's gonna bother you the entire time. But if you just give yourself one whole day out the week, breakfast, lunch, dinner, no meat, you're gonna love how you feel. You're gonna love your colon gonna love you. And it does bring some clarity. When I've done a green smoothie diet, the 10-day green
Mm-hmm,
smoothie diet about 3 times before. And you
mm-hmm,
choose like your light meal in the evening. You can just do a salad, or you can do like, turkey breast, or whatever you want to do. And
mm-hmm.
I did mine with only ground turkey, like for that meal in the evening. When I came off of it, I really thought, like, do I want to start back with meat? Because I went without meat for 10 days. I think I went
Mm,
11 the second time, excuse me.
mm.
And that's when I started doing meatless meals. Like, it's not gonna kill you. Food still tastes amazing. You're just omitting meat. Now,
But
I like cheese and I like eggs. I'm not trying to do like all of that. I don't want to be a pescatarian. I don't want none of that stuff.
mm,
But I think if you made up in your mind to do one day a week, where it's one day a week,
I'm
see,
listening.
yeah, but I hear
I'm
you though.
listening.
I hear you
No, 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 for real. Because I thought, like you said, the one day we, like you
though.
said, because I've done like the
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, no meat.
Right, because I've done the veggie pizza, right? So that's right
Right,
in the same area, right?
okay, but no substitutes, no what do they call it? The chicken that they use for chicken nuggets, but it's not chicken. They call it CHI. No, it's CHCK apostrophe E. Like no it's just absolutely no meat, just
Right,
vegetables
right.
and only. I think if you did it for one day a week, you would find yourself doing it more than one day a week. And because you would realize it's not that bad and it does so much for your body.
You know what though? I bet you. I'm gonna tell you honestly. I bet you if I had somebody cooking it, it'd be easier for me. Because if I gotta do it, Nick, that's when it start getting in my head. Like, man, I ain't trying to do this. But if I had somebody like whipping it up, and then I can take, you know what I'm saying, and I'd be like, okay, this ain't bad. But they would have to do it for me on a regular, Nick, or pat or prepare it. Because y'all know me. If I gotta do it, yo, I'm looking to see if you looking at me. I'm see if you batting. I'm cutting the cut. I'm like, okay,
But
I can
all
get.
you're doing is just leaving out the meat. It's not like you cooking something foreign. It's just leaving out meat. You know, there are so many meals that you can have without meat and not miss it, but you
Yeah,
got to
but Nick,
eat it. But it's
that's
something
but Nick,
here.
Nick, I'm talking about as far as I'm a big dude. As far as getting my nourishment, my fullness on.
You
So
gonna
I'm
get
like,
your fullness on. Let me come back to you, King. James said, I have done it. It takes discipline and strong will for health purposes. It can be done. William says, so right, my digestive system loves me. Right. And you get to a point when you do it so much, you be real mindful of how often you're putting certain meats in you or certain meats, period. I'm gonna let you read this one. Go ahead, King.
Jasmine Sullivan says she went vegan along with her mom because the doctor said her cancer treatment required it. She lost a lot of weight and said it was life changing, but she only did it for like a year and she wouldn't do it again. Beyonce and Jay Z said they did it too, but it was hard and they don't want to anymore either. I mean, I know it, Nick.
Hold
I
on,
would. It
hold on.
wouldn't take me.
Got a
Okay,
couple
go ahead.
comments. I mean,
Okay,
comments. James said, when I did it, my body released so much fluid. The only hang up is it can be expensive,
heard that.
and you always
See, there she go. See, ain't
you
nobody ask you
need
nothing,
somebody to
Nick.
cook
And
it.
Nicole, ain't nobody ask you nothing. I ain't said nobody don't serve it.
Go ahead,
Okay.
go ahead and make your comment. Go ahead and put this up while you're making your comment. Go ahead.
Hmm. Oh no, I'm just. I mean, like I said, I feel that I could probably in a day if I had what like would it be a good sketch, a good menu for the day, if I could put it together myself. And I know I probably could do it once a week, a day. But to really try to get into it and get adjusted to it, I've heard people say, you got for some of the stuff that you got to replace it with some type of vitamins and stuff, so you make sure you're getting all the nutrients you're supposed to get. So I mean, like I said, it takes that I know it takes that willpower, it takes that determination. I said, but for me to try, like you said, the smoothies, what I'm saying, like the juicing and all that. I've heard all kinds of stuff, but for me, it would take me to see exactly. But see, Nick, see that it would take me to stay with you for about a week or two and have you prepare what you prepare, eat the same thing you eat, to really adjust my mindset to be like, okay, because more people say, well, not sir, anytime I'm doing it for me, it's just the point that I see you doing it. I see your mind to it. And see, be able to see how simple it can be and to adjust myself and then getting to like it as far as the taste and stuff, and I can eat it. Because, I mean, you could do macaroni. I see all the different stuff that you can actually do, but the healthier part of it, of learning on a regular basis of how to initiate it in your body on a regular, it'll be something that I'll have to have somebody start me off, that actually, so I can see how they're doing it and be right there with them. So if I'm going to take it on, I'm watching them do it, I'm seeing the essentials of, and I'm tasting stuff, because I know some of them smooth, I'm like, oh no, oh, I'm not drinking that.
See,
But
but again, go back to up in here. Immediately in your mind, you say what you're not gonna do.
I mean,
Again,
I'll taste it first though, Nick.
let's take the lifetime off the table. Let's take the lifetime off. If you could a week, breakfast, lunch, dinner, you prepare regular meals, you just do not eat meat. Now, I think if you get it out your head that that's something you just don't want to do, you could do it. And I'm gonna tell y'all why I say I have virtually grocery shopped with this man before in the past. On FaceTime with him while he
So
grocery
let's bring that up.
like Nick. All right, show me some vegetables. Show me what to get. I told King if he got X, Y, and Z, I would walk him through cooking everything that picked up or everything I told him to grab. Oh no, next. Who gonna eat this next? And literally that was it the entire time. There was nothing I suggested that he was like, bet, except crackers. And so in his head, I thought he went with the mindset of we gonna do this. In his head, he was like, I don't do none of this. So again, King, if you take it out of your head that it's such a bad thing once a week, you just can't have no burgers. You just can't have no meat, no pork chop. You just eat vegetables and fruit. And you ain't gotta take no special vitamins. You ain't gonna lose all your nutrients because you're eating vegetables and fruit, and it's just one day. Just one day.
I can do that, Nick. I can do the one day. I can do the
Okay,
one day.
y'all are witnesses. King said he's gonna do the one day a
I
week
can do the one day.
starting tomorrow.
See that? See, there you go. See that? There you go. Really, Nick? You can't start tomorrow. I got to put Nick. You can't start tomorrow. I got to get my mind.
First of all, calm down. I'm saying starting tomorrow. You pick a day, and next week
Oh,
you're gonna go meet. See how you gave me pushback like that?
cause you,
Listen,
Nick, how you
listen.
coming at me, Nick? You know how you come at me sometimes. So I'll be acting like, be
It's
like,
no different than you needing a cook or you need to come stay with me for a week to watch me do it. If somebody don't make you do it and give you time to think about it, the answer's gonna be straight up no. King, what happened? You should see. I was going to what happened was I went out to eat and then my mom was here, so we cooked. I couldn't make my mom. Anyway, King, don't give us your last thoughts on every topic. Pick a one because we're over time, and just give us your last and final thoughts so we can go and let these good people
yeah.
go.
All right, so all the topics was good, y'all. Glad y'all came in and commented. I'm gonna go my last one. Y'all, you know what? I hear about the vegan all the time, so I can do the one day, and I'm gonna do it. Like I said, I'm gonna pick a day next week because my mom's here, like Nick said, this week. So I know she's gonna throw down kids. So I'm doing. Hey, I'm just saying. At least
You
I'm
can pick
admitting
one day
day next week,
and
Nick.
not
Next
eat.
week. Okay,
Your
I'll
mama gonna
see.
be there till Thursday.
She'll be until Saturday.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, your mama gonna be there till Saturday. You got all them days to eat meat. Pick a day. Do this for yourself. Do this for your health.
I'll let you know when
See
I
how you
do it.
rolling his eyes?
Anyway,
It ain't gonna
I'll
happen.
let you.
Go ahead.
I'll let you know.
Go
So
ahead.
I'm gonna pick it, y'all. I'm gonna pick a day. But anyway, again, thank y'all for always showing up for me and Nick. We appreciate the comments today. I was glad she let me pick the show. At first, I was like, Nick, really? I gotta do all these numbers? I gotta pick these many topics, but it works. But it worked. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad everybody definitely commented and definitely interacted. So with that being said, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Y'all have a great
Love
week.
you too, William.
King is out.
Love you too. So we love to leave you all with the word of the week. And I'm going to say the word of the week this week is going to be choices. Everything we talked about was a choice. Would you do this or would you do that? Could you do this or could you do that? Everything is a choice. And you have to be true to who you are. But sometimes make sure you check your heart to see if you're being true to who you are authentically or if you're just not willing to change. Because sometimes that constant no needs to be a yes. And sometimes that constant yes needs to be a no. With that being said, I think we have one more comment I'm going to put up. The both of you are awesome, and so are you. All of you are amazing. I look forward to coming back and being with y'all and having these conversations. I like to call them dinner time, sitting at the table with the family and talking about stuff. We're not going to always agree, and that's okay. That's why it's called their POV. We're not going to always agree, but I love how we can laugh at each other and laugh with each other. And we have cried on this show too, so we do that too. But anyway, nonetheless, I love you all so much. Until next time, kings and queens, keep reigning.